Welcome to the Amazingly Alcohol-Free Mother and Daughter podcast. I'm Jamie,
And I'm Jules.
and we're here to share our honest and unfiltered experience of how alcohol has impacted both of our lives and our relationship, and to show you that change is absolutely possible. Our whole lives, my mom, Jules, has always said, we can do anything because we're girls. And now we're not just saying it, we're actually living it every single freaking day. We believe in progress over perfection, and we are proof that we can do hard and often uncomfortable things. If you've been listening to this podcast and thinking, maybe I should take a break from alcohol or something just feels off, I created something just for you. It's called the 7 Days to Sparkle Your Alcohol Free Start. And I built this because the first 7 days can feel like the hardest, especially when you're doing it on your own without a plan or something to guide you. So I wanted to create something where you don't have to figure it out alone. This is a free 7 day experience where I'm with you each day, guiding you step by step. You don't have to overthink it. You don't have to be perfect, and you do not have to commit forever. You just have to be willing to start. Each day, I'll show up in your inbox with a short video and a simple focus. I'll walk you through exactly what to do so it actually feels doable, because I know how it feels. I honestly never thought I could live a life without alcohol. It felt like part of who I was, how I relaxed, how I connected, how I celebrated, and how I did all the things in life. But when I finally took a step back, everything really started to shift. I had more energy, I felt more present in my life, and I started to trust myself again. That's what I want for you. This isn't about being perfect for 7 days. It's about building momentum and starting to feel like yourself again. You can start today or go at your own pace. I'll be there either way. Just head to amazinglyalcoholfree.com and click on the 7 Days to Sparkle, or check the link in the show notes. If something in you has been curious, this is your sign. You don't have to do this alone. Remember, you got this. Keep going. And let's dive into this episode. Hello, Jules. It's been so long since we've recorded because you've been down in sunny Mexico. How's it going? Yeah, sun babe, sunshine babe.
Hi there. It is going great down here. Still got a couple weeks to go. But I'd be a lot better if my daughter and her kids and her husband were still here.
I know. We just got back a few days ago and it was such a lovely trip.
It was
I wish I
so
could be there right
fun.
now.
I wish you could be back too.
Gosh, it was so good. I like coming home and getting back to the routine and everything, but it was just such a low key, relaxing trip. There's like no hiccups along the way, but also the resort we stayed at, which is next door to you guys, was just quieter, and it was just a lot of pool time, beach time, hanging out in the hotel room. And it just felt really good. I don't know. I feel like I really needed that, especially this time of year in Washington State. It can be a little challenging because it's a lot of gray days. So it just felt good to get that sunshine and spend time with family, right? Because that's all that matters.
Oh, yes. It was so fun. I mean, I just had the best time. I really did. And now the kids, Edward's a little more independent and he takes care of his sister, Shar Shar. So
Uh-huh.
they were able to go back and forth to my house from the hotel to my house on their own. And so I know they thought that was a really big deal. And,
That's
and
such
of
a big
course we'd be both watching them on both ends. From
Oh,
I'm watching
100%.
them
I was
from
like,
the condo and you're watching them from the hotel. And I think for a while they didn't realize that, I don't think they did. And then, they stop off and go to the
yeah.
bathroom and he'd guard the door for her and it was great.
That's so fun. I love it. I know we were definitely watching them, and then they'd get back and I'd coach them. I'd be like, okay, like, let's not walk over the water bridges without adults, or don't, run too fast. And they'd be like, Mom, leave me alone. But it's really just special to see them growing up and getting older and being like clear and present for it. Feels really good to be, just there and just be, I don't know, and just enjoy every freaking second of it. I love it. I love alcohol verification. I always say it wasn't easy at first, but it gets easier and easier. And it just feels really good to be just clear headed, man, and really just soak it all in, right? And just so grateful. I just feel so grateful that we were able to spend this time together and be able to travel. Just felt awesome. So, but
I
back
am
to
very
real life
grateful as
now, at
well.
least for me, you're still there. So,
You know, I always thought it would be great if my grandkids lived next door to me. Now I know what it would be like because I live right next
yeah.
door in the hotel.
I
They
know,
come over
right?
whenever they want, get breakfast, whatever. Yeah.
I love that. You can move in. Right? The house next door is for sale. You can move in, but you can't come over here
Okay.
anytime you want. You have to call first.
I don't think I'd move quite that close. If I was gonna move that close, I'd just move in into your house. I,
I
what,
know. Yeah.
If I would be
That's
up
a
there that
great
close anyway.
idea. We could love that. Just kidding. So how's it been since we left? Yesterday in our confidence club check-in, because we do nightly check-ins, you just mentioned you were having a little blah down day. What's going on with you? Is it because we left? And I know you only have a couple of weeks left. What's going on? How are you feeling?
Um, I am starting to experience me, I guess is part of it. Um, when I got here, for the first month, I hadn't had any pain at all, and I'm off all my meds except for one rheumatoid medicine, and the rest I've been off of. And so I was like, "This is great. I have no pain anywhere." And then slowly, this last week especially, it's crept back in. Um, I don't know if it's because I've missed a couple of those my IV infusions, for the rheumatoid or what. That probably has something to do with it, but now I'm experiencing a lot more pain, and that's part of it, and then, probably disappointment because of that, and then the big one was you guys left. I was very emotional.
I know you
I'm
were
very emotional.
crying. I'm like, "Oh,
I just
my
did not
mom."
I didn't think I'd react that way at all, and, all you had to do is say, "Are you okay, mom?" And I just lost it, and I said goodbye, the kids said goodbye to us many times, but from here, there's something about it. I wanted them to stay here the rest of the time with us. I just thought it would be, you know, but I wasn't being realistic, but I don't know where those feelings came. They just kind of came flooding out.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
So
so
yeah, go ahead.
And then I started to think about, after all this time I've been down here, which is over 6 weeks now, I thought really hard not much about drinking at all, and it hasn't been an issue. But, yesterday I got thinking about a mango margarita. That would taste so good, and because that's my drink up here when previous years. And then I thought, "Oh," and then I thought about it again, and they have them right below me. This is on the balcony, but right below it, that little, it's a little what is it? Little restaurant stand thingy, and they
Bar.
have yeah, like a bar thing, and
The
then
bar.
the bar down there on the other side, and I thought, "That'd be so easy, it'd be so good." Then I got thinking, after that, what am I gonna feel like? And I thought, "I'm gonna feel like crap." It's not gonna it's not gonna make me feel any better, it's not gonna make things any better. I'm still gonna have pain. I would have to start all over again on my sobriety, and I looked ahead, and decided that picture would not be good at all. It'd give me a real reason to be depressed and down as if I had done it. So, I'm kinda out of that right now, but when I had those really, I don't know, just kind of a couple down days, depressed a little bit, and it entered in like, "Oh, that made me feel better." Then I was like, "No." I always remember what you said about
Play the tape forward.
yes, play the tape forward, exactly, and that's what I did a couple times. I thought, "What am I thinking? I'm not gonna do it."
I
So,
know. Well, I'm so glad you did it. I'm so proud of you. And that tool, it's so simple. It really does work to kind of take a step back and a pause to be like, okay, like if I do this, what is going to be that outcome? Because our brains, even somebody that's what 16, 17 months alcohol free, like our brains can play tricks on us and be like, oh yeah, you can have it. It's not that bad, and you kind of it tends to remember the good stuff, not the bad stuff, right? So maybe that quick feeling, you get when you have your first drink, and then after that, it's all downhill. But quick question: do you really like the taste of a margarita though, tequila? Because
it
that
has to
tequila is nasty.
only mango and only if they don't taste a lot like alcohol.
Okay.
So, I mean but I still, do the tequila thing, with it, but I used to say, not so much tequila. Well, I like to get not like I get drunk on them, and you can only have a couple before getting sick because they're so sweet,
Yeah.
so that would be my limit anyway, but it's just a lot, things I don't need.
Yeah.
I don't need all the sugar because that's, poison for rheumatoid arthritis for mine. It just causes
Exactly.
inflammation all over my body. It's gonna make the pain worse, and it goes on and on. So, um,
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like taste. I never have of hard liquor, but when I come down here, that's my drink of choice. So
Yeah. Well, I'm so proud of you. You did not have the mango margarita, and that is huge. Specifically, you've had a down couple of days. And so, what have you been doing instead to help you snap out of it? And I know you're someone that can have some highs and lows. Like that's just kind of how you are in nature. And so, but we all have down days. I have them. I've had them recently, right? And I know people in our women in our community have too. And so, what have you done since we chatted yesterday for you to kind of help kind of turn that around?
well, one of the things it helps my anxiety is cleaning. And I've been kind of anxious because this condo isn't as clean as it should be. I just don't there's a lot of things about it. It's really beautiful, but that I don't think it was cleaned ahead of time. Everything looks really beautiful and on the surface, but just a lot of things. And so I just decided I was gonna with all of us here when you were here too, and everybody was down going in the sand
So all you
watching
did was
the
clean. You're literally dusting. You have the wood polish stuff and you're dusting. I'm like, "This is a rental and you're literally dusting." You're the
well,
best
I
house
did.
guest I've ever seen. I don't even think I have wood freaking spray here in my house. So, that's
Well, I
embarrassing
got
to
the
say
floor
probably, but
stuff out and the mop and, swept this whole place, and I just had to get the stand off because every time I walked through it, it felt it on my feet. So I just
yeah.
decided I went down to the pool. I just decided I was gonna take care of the problem. So I did. That's one thing that gets me going. So now I
Yeah.
love the floor. Then we went beach walking after that. Decided it's time to snap out of it and oh, that book you gave me, traded me, about Christine what am I trying to think of? Chris
Christina Applegate.
oh, yeah, Christine App I'm reading that intensely, and oh, we went shopping and got a bunch of food in the fridge, so that helped.
Okay.
Because we were just kinda getting a couple things at a time here and there, and I never had anything that I could kinda match up to cook for a real dinner.
Okay.
A lot of journaling is another big one for me.
Journaling?
That yeah, almost have used every page in my one book, so I brought another one with me just in case.
That's great. So many tools. So let me list off your tools. So you play the tape forward. Huge tool. So simple. Works. It always works. And I do play the tape forward with everyday life. It doesn't have to be alcohol like related. And then you also kept yourself busy. So you did something else, right? So you focused on cleaning, right? And getting that energy out with cleaning and distracting yourself. You also moved your body with a walk and also got that beautiful nature and connection with your husband, which is fabulous. You're also journaling, which is huge. And the one thing too that you and just keeping yourself busy and productive by going shopping and focusing on like those things, right? Things you can control. But then also, you didn't share this, but you showed up in a meeting this week. You told me how you were feeling and you checked in too and within our app. You're not suffering in silence. You're like saying those things out loud, right?
Yeah.
So you're doing it, dude. Did you just hear all of that stuff? Like that is a lot of work in a short amount of time. And now you're have your energy back. You're looking really good. Like, and you're really wanting to do this podcast today. You're like, Jamie, are you there? Let's do it. So you're just, yeah. And so I feel like you were able to turn it down quickly. And I think too, like we all have down days. And sometimes we just want to have a down day and that's okay. But instead of just kind of sitting through it, you're doing things to make yourself feel better. And I'm just, that's huge growth. How do you feel about that?
Well, I found that, I used to sit in those kinda days a lot longer, and just and it got worse and worse, and now and I did that for a day or so, and I thought, "You know what? I could be out, walking on the beach or" I thought, it's really not fun to just sit here and, you know, be depressed, and it doesn't get nothing makes it any better unless you try to make it better.
Yeah.
So, just sitting on the couch, like a lump does not help me, to be honest. And so once I realized that I wasn't going anywhere that way, I was wasting
Yeah.
the whole day, I thought, "Okay, snap out of it. I've got this." And, started doing stuff, and I felt better, a lot better pretty quickly.
That's great. And even that
Well,
awareness too of how you're feeling and, sitting with it being like, "Okay, I'm having a down day, feeling pretty bad," and then you had that awareness, you let yourself feel it for a bit, and then you did something about it, and so that growth is just incredible. So, I'm proud of you, Jules, for doing that, because I think a lot of the times it's kind of like, "Poor me," like, "What's wrong with me?" Like, "I should be feeling better," and then we always we feel like everything's happening to us, but instead it's like, "No, I'm the creator of how I want my life to be, and you just took the reins and you did it like a boss." So, that's huge. I'm proud of you, especially in Mexico because there's alcohol everywhere. I was just there, obviously, and it's easy to be like, F it. Jamie's gone, the kids are gone. I'm feeling down, so I'm just going to drink instead, but you didn't. So I want you just to celebrate yourself and just acknowledge how amazing you are.
okay. That's what I'm gonna do today when I go down and walk the beach and go down to the pool for some sun.
Awesome. All right. So I feel like these are really good tips. If you're having a down day, which we're human, right? We're all going to have them. There is absolutely nothing wrong with you, right? Like, we're not trying to get rid of down days altogether. It's normal to have these days. And the goal is just to be able to move through them without making things worse for yourself, right? Or just like giving in, abandoning yourself, or saying F it and just going to alcohol. And so, Jules had so many great tips of what she did. So play the tape forward, maybe focus on small wins. Maybe it's that cleaning. Maybe it's just getting out for a walk, nature, distracting yourself. And also just be gentle and kind to yourself. Like, there's nothing wrong with you. It doesn't mean something about you if you're having these days, right? Just know it's not your identity and you will get through it, I promise. And there's so many ways to do it. A lot of the times we just need to get out of our head, maybe like just share it with others, journal, brain dump like Jules is doing. And just know that you're going to be okay. And so just remember this will pass. And wherever you are, we're so proud of you. But is there anything else you want to share in this one, Jules?
I think that's about it. Oh, one another thing I'll tell you that did help me was one of the women from your group uh got a hold of me because she had seen my notes in the club notes that I was having that down day. Followed me and talked me through it, and said this is normal. You're doing great. You didn't drink, and she was just like talking to me, and it was just it just got to me. It just got right to my heart. I thought "This- she just called me or told me at the very right time, and that just confirmed that I pretty much thought I was doing the right thing by just getting out of my head about it. But that was when I thought, I'm done. I'm done now. It just made me feel really supported,
Yeah.
very supported. Um, when someone you have never met and lives across the United States, just reach out, take their time to reach out. And I would have never met her without your confidence club
Yeah.
uh, through your program and you. So, and she is just a wonderful human being. And
I mean,
her and I really relate to each other because we're both about
yeah.
70,
Yeah.
and we have, you know, but we still both need support from each other, even though we are 70. And
Aw.
so that was really the icing on the cake that really helped me a lot.
It's amazing. That is so cool. And that is why we do this is why we have the community, right? Like, we
Yes.
cheer each other on, we have each other's backs, and we're just listen and we're there for each other and support each other no matter what without zero judgment at all. Like, there's absolutely no judgment and it's all just love and support. And you build these relationships with people that you've never met in real life across the country, which is just like, whoever thought, Jules, you'd be doing that or I'd be doing that? Like, what? Who are we? But it's the community, and it's to me, it's such a beautiful thing, and I don't know where I'd be without it, honestly, and it's just so beautiful. So, thank you so much. I'm so proud of you. I'm excited to
Same
see you
to
in a
you.
couple weeks, but we'll definitely try to get another 1 or 2 in before you head back to Washington State. But just
Okay.
have a great vacation, and you're doing all the things, and just keep going. Just remember, no matter what, for those listening, drinking won't make it better, so don't do it. So you got this, keep going, and have an amazingly alcohol-free week and day.
Thank you. Bye, y'all.